morning, family. Welcome to another edition of Melanin Economic News. Alright, family, the time is about 2:49 in the morning, and I just got in from work, so as I recently switched shifts for the time being for right now. So we had some issues going on at work where I had to switch shifts. Should be going back to my normal time where I go back to work. Alright, family. But we're going to go ahead and get this party started. We're going to start off with the futures. Dow futures, this is courtesy of Fox Business. Right now, we're looking to open up the markets later on today at about 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Let's see, the Dow futures are down 130 points, at just over 0.5% at 24,246 points. The Nasdaq futures are down just over 60.25 points, over 0.65% at 9,295.50. And the S&P futures are down just under 17%, just under 17 points at 16.75. It's just over 0.5% down at 2,920.25. Alrighty, alright, we're gonna switch over to CNN Business. We're gonna look at some of the world markets, currencies, commodities, and even look at the bonds and bond and interest rates. Okay, we're looking at the Nikkei 225 market. That's the Japan. The Nikkei is Japan. She is down right now at just under 1% at 0.80%. The Hang Seng, that's the Hong Kong exchange. That's the Hong Kong market. She is down just over 5.3%, 5.33%. All right. The FTSE 100, that's the England market. So if you see FTSE 100, that's the England. She is down just under 1% at 0.86%. And the DAX, that's the German market. DAX is German. She is down over almost 1.5% at about negative 1.41%. All right. We're gonna switch over to, let's look at some currencies. The Canadian dollar is up. The United Kingdom is pound. They broke away from the euro. They were only tied to the euro in economic terms, but they broke away fully, economically. Excuse me. And they went ahead and broke away and brought their pound back, the British pound. Right now, it is up just under 1%. And the euro, the European, that's the euro. She is up also. Everything under 1%. All right. And the Japanese yen, the yen is Japanese. The Chinese is yuan, but the yen is up as well, just under 1%. All right. Commodities. We're looking down at light crude. Light crude is up, light crude is down about almost 6% at 5.87%. Natural gas is down just under 1% at about 0.99%. Gold is up just under 1% at it's fluctuated by 0.69%. And corn is down. Excuse me. And the corn is down at about just under 1% at 0.16%. All right. The bond and interest rate, that's the bond market. The 3-month Treasury is holding steady across the board. They're all holding steady. The 3-month, the 10-year Treasury, and the 30-year Treasury, all holding steady at their current. Today's yields and the previous yields are all holding. Okay, today's yields, which is today, the 22nd of May, 3-month Treasury is at 0.11%. 10-year 0.68%. 30-year Treasury 1.40%. Excuse me. Alright, family. So we'll switch over. Let's go ahead and switch over to Seeking Alpha. SeekingAlpha.com. It's another financial website you can go to and look at. Alright, let's go look at take a look at some of the countries, winners. Some of the country electronic winners, okay? ETFs, electronic trading funds. All right, the Argentine is up about 15%. The PAC is up just over 15% at 51%. Peru, their ETF is up about around 13.6%. Vietnam, that's Vietnam, she's up 11.4%, and the Mexico, which is the EWW, is about 10.6%. All right. Let's talk about that, family. It's very early in the morning, so let's get into some news. Alrighty. We're going to start off with IBM. IBM announced its first job cuts under new chief executive. This is coming from the Wall Street Journal. Alright, IBM stands for International Business Machine Corporation, is cutting an unspecified number of jobs in the first major workforce reduction under new chief executive officer Arvind, that's Arvind Krishna, KRISHANA, who is trying to revive the growth of the tech company. So basically, they're going to cut an unspecified amount of people, family. So IBM is getting ready to cut into the thousands of jobs. So get ready for that one. All right, family. All right. We'll get into this one right here. This is folks who are not in the market for a house, or they're about to get into a market for housing market, already in it and looking for a second home, or looking to sell one of their homes to get into another home. This is courtesy of Yahoo Finance. Yahoo Finance, alright? Sorry about that, family. Once again, let's keep it moving. Reuters, J.P. Morgan Chase, the country's largest lender by assets, is raising borrowing standards this week for most new home loans as the bank moves to mitigate lending risks stemming from the novel coronavirus disruption. From Tuesday, customers applying for new mortgages will need a credit score of at least 700 credit score, and will be required to make a down payment equal to 20% of the home's value. That is big, family. That is really, really big. You need a credit score of 700, and you need to have 20% down. Used to use just 10% of the mortgage down, but now they want 20% down. That is very big, family. All right, this is a long story. So I just knocked it down to what basically is what need to be said and done. All right, family. So once again, this courtesy of Yahoo Finance. J.P. Morgan Chase Bank. You need a credit score of 700, and also you need 20% down and get a mortgage for a home. All right, family. Alrighty. And this is coming from kind of a new website. It's called shadowstats.com. John Williams. Alright, family. We're going to get started about the unemployment numbers. Alright, family. The latest claims for unemployment insurance confirm continued monthly economic decline in May 2020, with unemployment rising to around 27-28%. Alright. This is way more what the numbers the media is putting out, about 14%. The real unemployment numbers are about around 27-28%, and in some statistics out there, some credible statistics, it's even into the 30s. All right, April housing starts and building permits both plummeted month to month and year to year amidst negligible benchmark revisions. April industrial production monthly plunged. So April industrial production monthly plunged to 11.2%. All right, that's a drop of negative 11.2%. Was the deepest in the year 101 year history of the series, in the 100-year history of the series. Capacity utilization also collapsed to a record low 1.8%, or negative 1.8%, below the prior year record through the Great Recession. April real estate sales collapsed by 15.8%. That means they went negative in the month by a 21.9% year to year, deepest in the 70-year history of the current and prior series. Post World War II, April cash freight index fell year to year by 22.7%. That's negative, family. They fell negative. All right, plunging to Great Recession levels. All right. April, the U3 unemployment rate. If you type in U3 unemployment rate, that's one of the main metrics that they use to gauge the real unemployment numbers. The U3 unemployment rate really was 19.5% per the Bureau of Labor Statistics. were the reported headlines. 14.7%. U3 reflected 7.5 million unemployment counted as employed. What that means is, family, when they count unemployed, when they count unemployed as employed, all right. When you're putting in job applications, you're counted as unemployed. It sounds weird, but that's how they do it now, family. If you're putting in job applications, that means you're unemployed. Those numbers are always reporting in. Companies are required to report when people put in applications. All right. The moment you stop looking for a job, you stop putting applications, interviews, anything else. Guess what? They turn it around and says you are employed. So you may have just given up for a few weeks, take a break, redo your resume, look over some more research jobs, but then when you stop doing applications and interviews, they consider that as you having a job. So that means the unemployment number is actually higher than what this says. All right, family. All right. All right. So that article was courtesy of John Williams, Shadow Stat Statistics. All right. One more. April 2020 payroll employment plunged by negative 20.5%. Negative 20.5 million was worse than the history of the series. April money supply annual growth surged to a record highs. Alternative database tab. Okay, March trade deficit deepened, but first quarter deficit narrowed due to coronavirus and China reducing February exports to the U.S. All right, family. All right. So we got it. The U3 number, that's what they use to supply the real unemployment numbers. But the Bureau of Labor Statistics, they actually be fabricating these numbers. Like we said, if you putting in applications, you're looking for jobs, that is considered that you are unemployed. The moment you stop doing that, you are considered employed. All right, family. All right. And with also about the unemployment and things are getting real sour out there, we're taking a look now at some of the rental car sector. All right, family, they're hurting really badly. They're having massive layoffs, and it's reporting that we're reporting that Hertz, along with many other bankruptcies, are looking. They're going to be looking at filing bankruptcy in the weeks ahead if we don't get the economy rolling right now. All right, family. They base their business on car rentals, mostly out of airports, and people renting to go cross country, don't want to drive their own vehicles. So they're reporting losses, and massive losses, and Hertz might be filing for bankruptcy along with many other car rental dealerships. All right, family. And looking at the banking sector, the U.S. banking sector is looking at deferred. They're looking at billions of dollars in deferred loans, or just outright people defaulting on the loans. They can't pay. They're not working. Landlords, their tenants, people who have businesses, they can't pay the landlords. They can't pay anything. So the landlords who took loans out from the banks to buy these properties, they can't pay. Nobody can pay. So the banks are looking at possibly either deferring these loan payments or just outright writing them off and just taking it as a loss. This is into the billions of dollars, family. All right. All right. Alright, now we're switching over to another topic. This is coming courtesy of ZeroHedge.com. Global investors demand gold as protection against financial repression. Alright. Alrighty, family. So we're going to go on this topic here. Alright. It's kind of a long topic, so we go ahead and break it down. Basically what it is, family, when this article reads, when it means global investors demand gold as protection against financial repression. That means the world gold market, the world gold is precious metals, is now seeing a massive uptake. People are demanding to hold their physical gold in precious metals. Alright? Now most of us can't afford the price of a 1 ounce gold coin or bar, so most of us is getting into silver and the other precious metals that we can get our hands on. Alright, family, but that is what's happening. The world itself is now recognizing that the world financial economic system is in utter collapse and turmoil, and they're now looking to get into precious metals and particularly gold as a safe haven against it. Gold and silver has historically, throughout all the great civilizations in the world, yes, family, the world's great civilizations have used gold and silver as collateral and as a safe haven for it. All right, to protect against financial fraud and the markets collapsing. All right, family. And we're gonna finish up today's broadcast with a special broadcast, special article I wanted to read to you, family. The title is how the banks can take your account, seize your accounts. All right. All right. This is courtesy of WorldNetDaily.com. You can go to WorldNetDaily.com, and I punched in to read the full story, and it brought me over to the website. All right, bank seizures. All right. Picture this: you're walking up to your bank ATM, and you know you've got $1,000 in your account. You find a zero balance, and then you discover to your horror the bank emptied your checking, savings, IRAs, etc. with the click of your mouse, and use the money to pay its gambling debts. People, if you don't think the banks gamble with your money, they gamble with your money. They gamble with your money overnight, and they try to put it back. But most time they can't put it back because these banks, they're gamblers, they're degenerate gamblers, and they gamble away your money, not theirs. They gamble away depositors' money, savers' money. All right. I want you to just, my fellow Americans, I want to just describe to you in a new law of the land that it was signed into law under 2010, under President Obama, Barack Hussein Obama. Oh yes, Barry Soetoro family. All right, signed it into law. It is known by many different names. It goes by the Dodd-Frank Act, the Wall Street Reform Consumer Protection Act, Public Law 111-203, House Resolution or HR 4173. Or you can just type into Google or DuckDuckGo or Bing, bank bail-in. Alright? Or you can use the phrase Dodd-Frank bail-in. Alright, family? In a nutshell, what this is that if your bank makes bad investments in derivatives or makes bad loans to subprime borrowers or manages the bank poorly and cannot service its debt, or even worse, the U.S. economy has another 2008 collapse. Instead of the bank going into bankrupt and the bank assets are sold off to be given back to its depositors, now the bank can simply just take all your money out of your account and don't even tell you about it. You go there and your account is frozen. You have no money in there whatsoever. The banks, thanks to this law, this act, can legally take your money from your account. All right, family? Yes, they can. They can legally go in there and take money out of your account, and there's nothing you can do about it. All right, family? Look this up. Once again, I'll go over how you can look it up. You can type in bank bail-ins in any of the search engines, or you can type in Dodd-Frank bail-in. You can know under the Dodd-Frank Act, the Wall Street Reform and Consumer Protection Act. That's rich right there, family. Whenever you see stuff like this, they passing laws talking about like the Patriot Act, the Wall Street Reform and Consumer Protection Act. Remember, Consumer Protection Act. There ain't nothing protecting us from that. All right, family? All right? All right, family? So I know this was kind of a long broadcast, but we had a lot of information to put out. All right, family? Once again, thank you for joining us for Melanated Economic News. I'll see you after the darkness, family. Take it easy. Once again, protect our family. Protect yourselves. Things are getting wild out here. Alright, family, there's nothing new to us. Take care of a family. Look out for each other, family. And plan. Alright? Thank you for joining once again for another edition of Melanated Economic News, family. Let's get it started.